Good morning, everyone, and a happy belated Father's Day to all of you. It's time for us to check out a brand new video from Dead Meat, the kill count for the 1989 movie Stepfather II. Let's hop in and see how many new families end up on the list.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims
Hey, nice
in all
sweater.
our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today, for Father's Day, we're looking at Stepfather II, Make Room for Daddy, released remarkably in
actually what it's
theaters in
called?
1989. I covered the first Stepfather last Father's Day, and it was such a damn good time. Not only was it fun to
was
make a
pretty
kill
good.
count for, but it's also just a good movie. It's a well-shot, well-acted, wonderfully suspenseful thriller, which makes the cheap familiarity of this sequel so much more disappointing. This movie is a mite
damn.
worse than
Okay.
mid, but when you've already seen a good version of something, it sucks to watch the pieces reassembled into an uninspired copy. Stepfather 2 takes place shortly after the first film.
Always
It's one of
happens,
those
I guess.
sequels that starts with the killer behind bars and a doctor trying to rehabilitate them. Kinda like The Dentist 2, or Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Oh.
Forget it, Doc. That guy's irredeemable. Except for his excitement over colorful vehicles.
Red car. Good point.
Just like those sequels, Stepfather 2
Man, that's
isn't
weird.
good, despite the best efforts of its cast. A returning Terry O'Quinn puts in his usual top-notch work, and the new supporting cast members are more than capable, but they just can't elevate the shoddy craftsmanship of a movie that feels bored of itself. It moves through dialogue and action like they're a homework task, without anything of cinematic interest. Instead of a thriller, it tries to be more of a horror movie, but sadly isn't good at being either. Even the music, outside of the recycled main theme, is egregious. It's as melodramatic as daytime television. I love Jerry Blake as a character and think that he's an
Does seem
underrated
pretty
killer
good.
in the horror canon. But the sequel
I mean, the character is pretty good. The movie, like he's saying, it's sloppy.
doesn't do him any favors. It was written by a guy who never wrote anything before or after, and directed by the late Jeff Burr, whose career mostly consisted of horror sequels that were sometimes fun, but never anything you could call good. Of course, a bad movie often makes for a great kill count, especially when it's from the 80s. I mean, where else can you find shit like this?
Room for daddy, huh? Daddy's here, huh?
Oh,
How much
jeez.
Oh, a text. Read text.
Hello, James. It's me, your step counter, Zoran. It's an emergency. I'm being questioned on if I really work for Dead Meat. Please click this link and verify my employment information.
I mean, if it's an
That
emergency, I guess I
is
should...
weird.
Wait a minute. Wait, no. Send... Wait, this seems weird. How do I really know it's you? After all, in this day and age, there's a lot of ways people can fish for our information, like with imposter links that mimic banks, social media, shipping services, or even co-workers. I mean, how many texts have you
I've
gotten
seen a few.
lately about packages that can't be delivered until you verify information? That's why you
Yeah,
always
I've
need to check
got
links,
plenty.
especially
I
the
ignore them.
hyperlink, for anything indicating it's not the real site, like an extra letter or a missing letter. And you can take it one step further with threat protection from today's sponsor, NordVPN. Which, how much work will this evil stepdaddy make for your favorite kill daddy? Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out and get to the kills. I was about to say get to
Begins
the
with a
numbers.
recap of the original,
early.
first in voiceover,
Wait a minute. Who am I here?
and then full previously on Lost mode.
Damn.
Oh man, remember when Jerry fell down the stairs with a knife in his chest? Pretty crazy. Can't believe it didn't kill him. But it didn't. Just left him with a scar on his chest and sweat on his chest scar. A balder Jerry Blake
his
is now
chest scar.
institutionalized at Puget Sound site, which gets real gothic when the weather's bad. Look at that place. If you've already forgotten
Does
the
look
opening
nice.
credits montage, don't worry. Jerry's got a new Dr. Joe who recaps things for us again. Yes, we remember the
3
dead little
times?
girl, dude. How could we
Jeez.
ever forget? And you don't have to lean in so close. We can hear you just fine. Despite knowing Jerry's whole MO, MD Joe wants to find a way to reach him somehow. He's so sympathetic, he even has him uncuffed. Bums him a cigarette
that's not a
too.
good idea.
God, we know this dude is so fucking dead. The only question is when. Can he beat Dr. Burns from The Dentist 2, who survived a mere 25 minutes? Or can he go the distance, like Dr. Bloom from Silent Night 2, who lasted a whole 1 hour and 13 minutes? Gotta say, I don't think old
We'll
Joe
find
is in
out.
the running, since Jerry's already had his carpentry rights reinstated. He's allowed to craft a model suburban home, just like he always wanted to. The craftsmanship moves Dr. Joe to basically fucking tears, and while the dude
Oh,
delights over
boy.
his findings, Jerry uses a sharp part of his model to kill Dr.
There
Joe
it
by
is.
stabbing him in the neck. Oh, look at all these dramatic close-ups. The horror! The horror! Waiting up.
Wait, how long did he last? 10 minutes! That's how long.
Outside the office is security guard Smith, who hates Jerry and even gave him a nickname.
Bad Daddy.
See, Kill Daddy was open for me. Gore Daddy is, of course, Tom Savini.
We literally called
let's
Tom
go into
Gore
bad
Daddy
dad.
because of you.
Oh no.
We made him a coffee mug at the shop that says Gore Daddy.
Smith does that stupid entering a room without looking thing that's unrealistic, but allows a horror character to get attacked and killed more easily. But man, is it dumb. And a pet peeve
Always.
of mine in cheap
There we go.
horror movies. A security guard wouldn't do that. He'd walk in looking where he was going. Jerry steals
Literally.
Smith's uniform and mustachios himself. All it takes is some
Wait,
craft
how'd he do
glue
that?
and a pile of hairs he's been sedulously collecting with a nightly ritual of pore plucking. Trichotillomania
Ow.
paying off.
Huh?
He leaves real casual-like, whistling his favorite tune.
Smith, you sleep again?
A Reed de-mustached Jerry then finds
Oh,
a ride
fuck.
when he comes across a
Man, that's what it's like. Puts on the mustache and takes it off. What? Just choose.
dude and slams his hands in the boot. I don't know how he actually kills him. We don't see that shit. Maybe broken hands were enough for the guy. Now, who knows?
No,
The
it's
car and the dude's
off-screen.
money are nice, but Jerry knows the real tickets to freedom are a hairpiece and contacts. Oh, check and check. All right, buddy, you're good to go.
Okay,
Get back to the
not bad.
fight. Except before he can get to killing again, we've got to sit through yet another recap courtesy of a news report. This time, we hear about the first movie's events again and everything we just saw happen a few minutes ago.
Oh,
Who's this
boy.
movie made for? The guy from Memento? Despite the dad
Maybe. This would actually be kind of a good movie for my stepdad to watch, because he is constantly falling asleep or not paying attention on movies and shows.
hunt underway, Jerry ain't scared. He's searching for that perfect suburban life. And look at that. The TV shows him exactly where he can find one. Palm Meadows, a planned community that lets Americans live the dream. Jerry heads
Huh,
there as
that's
fast
not
as he
bad.
fucking can.
Damn.
He arrives with a new identity.
was
Dr.
fast.
Gene Clifford, a psychologist who deals with family issues.
I find that everything in life begins or ends with the family, one way or another.
He finds a house in Palm Meadows right the fuck away, and it'll work for him, even if he doesn't love the lack of basement.
Well, my last house had a basement workshop. I like to work with my hands.
Yeah, he sure loved batting lights like cat toys down there. But that's okay. He's in Palm Meadows, a place for families. And even better, his hottie hot realtor
Families.
Carol lives right across the street. She's a recent divorcee with a fatherless kid, and that is exactly Jerry's kink. No wonder he moves
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's his
what,
MO.
at night? Dude just forked over his down payment in cash and got to yeeting that sale sign out of the yard. Anything to live in this warmly shot world, which director Jeff Burr contrasts with the cold depiction of the psych ward. Carol's a working single mom who has a strained relationship with her son Todd. He just can't stand how much
Trained or strange?
she doesn't keep up with baseball.
Got to be a Pedro Carrero in there someplace, right?
The Dodgers traded Guerrero.
Wow, you little shit.
Strained. Got
You
it.
bought you baseball cards and you're gonna whine at her for not knowing the current roster? That's like expecting your parent to know what season Fortnite is on. I told you, Mom, every gun's a blaster now. But really, Todd's
Well, even I
upset
don't
because
know.
his dad left them for a new girlfriend
10?
a year ago, and he's missing a male presence in his life. Sounds like a jackpot for Jerry. Especially since Carol's a clear choice for him amidst the harlots of modern dating. Video dating options reveal gold diggers, career women, and worst of all, women on contraceptives.
I use a diaphragm and
I bet Jerry thinks there are ways
Skip.
of shutting that whole
Nope.
thing down, huh? Somehow Jerry, or sorry, I guess I should probably be calling him Gene now, immediately starts leading group therapy sessions with all the Palm Meadows wives and MILFs.
it was all very new to me.
Yeah, he is too, Carol. Nevertheless, she persists talking about her personal life, starting with her ex-husband.
He's a
Uh-oh.
dentist.
Oh shit, is this a crossover sequel?
Oh, hey.
Nice! In no time at all, Carol and Gene are thinking about each other in sappy
Dentist.
piano tones.
Dentist. You know, I know the movie came out in just before the 90s and all, but there is no way this man would have been able to get every kind of paperwork needed for all of this. There's a social security number, an ID, a new driver's license, and a car all within in a short time. I mean, it's just like skip.
Ugh. Carol's played by Meg Foster, who was hired mere days before production began. Director Burr didn't want her for the role, despite her strong acting. Fans of They Live know. But Burr thought she looked too striking and exotic, and that Jerry would go for someone with more of an all-American appearance. You know, a real apple pie maker. A bump in between
Oh,
the
yeah.
two of them reveals Jean's sad single man dinners, so she invites him to a takeout dinner date at her place. Todd is there too, but not for long. He sulks away from the table to go throw balls at the garage. Ha, typical Todd. Good thing this total fucking stranger is here to step in and turn it into a pitching lesson. The paternal display wins over son and mom, and before you know it, they're
Yeah,
nailing.
that's kinda good.
Not Jean and Carol, Jean and Todd. I meant nailing wood. What did you think? Oh, gross.
Actually, I didn't even hear what you said.
Whoa, and Todd even gets a custom skateboard ramp? Damn, Gene Bean, didn't know you were so extreme. Pretty soon, Step-Pap is happy and right where he wants to be.
Home sweet home.
Which is also the kill
Yeah.
count where the business gag first appeared in a gradual build-up. That's good
Oh,
kill count
hey.
trivia right there. Gene's world gets turned
Nice.
upside down when Carol's ex comes back around, having finally left
Oh.
the girlfriend he ran off with. Sure, Gene may shake Philip's hand on the outside, but on the inside, it's back to Raging
Yep.
Jerry in the workshop.
Time to kill him. Kill him, not them.
That's your eye.
Yeah.
All that daddy talk means he can't hear when his home is fucking invaded. What are you doing, lady? It's mail lady Maddie, local woman and Carol's best friend. She thought Gene was cute at first, but has grown suspicious of the way he's always got that murderous look to him. She left her hat
What
here
you
during
mean?
Gene's last Women of the World Summit, and after breaking in to get it back, she decides to get snoopy. While trying to
Oh,
take
boy.
Woodstock of the good doctor's notes, he finds her and scares her half to death. But don't worry, Maddie, he won't put that hammer to use just yet. No, not just yet.
Yeah,
Maddie is
not
played by horror legend
yet.
Caroline Williams, best known as the
At this point, the movie's about maybe like a half over, and there's only been one death.
Gas Stretch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. She's in a fair number of horror sequels.
I have a resume riddled with Roman numerals.
One of them is Leprechaun 3, where she was subject to my favorite kill of the franchise. We salute
yeah.
those blowing up boobs and butt. Oh yes, we do. Kablam! Maddie has seen through Gene's weirdness
I've
by
seen
now
that.
and calls out what I've been saying this whole time.
Here we are, we're pouring our hearts out to some guy who no one knows diddly about.
But Carol still thinks fondly of Jer Bear, even if she can't be with him right now. She explains to Gene that Todd needs his father, so she's taking Philip back, even if the kid doesn't seem to want his dad back anymore. He's got Mean Gene now. That guy built him a skateboard ramp. And if he gets all
they built
A's,
it
maybe he can
together.
get a quarter pipe too. Phil goes over to Gene's house for a free therapy lesson, but only because Carol asked him to. He doesn't want to be there.
Let's get something straight. I'm only here for Carol's sake. She wants you to check me out, see if I'm for real this time. Well, I am.
Oh, that's good, because Gene's for real too. For real
All
enough
right.
to crack this bottle over your head. Ha ha! Jerry screams at Phil for being a deadbeat as he beats him dead, shown to us in cutaways of blood squirting.
Oh, correction. 4 kills. Now. My mistake. Somehow I forgot about both the security guard and the guy that he stole the call
God
from.
things,
My
which is
mistake.
often a sign of cheapness. Cheapness plagues this whole movie, unfortunately. Co-producer William Burr, director Jeff Burr's brother, said the lack of coverage was due to their low budget of under $2 million. Seems like the only thing they spent money on was Terry O'Quinn. He was initially reluctant to return, even though he liked playing the character in the first movie.
It was good fun for that reason, and I got to get a little bit wacky.
Eventually, they offered him
Yeah,
enough
a
to
little.
come back, and he
Phil
pitched
did pretty
ideas
good.
for the story and character, all while never being a dick or a diva about it.
This is the movie he could have been an asshole on. And he was exactly the opposite.
Man, O'Quinn seems so cool. Gene
was
drives
not a
Phil's
monster.
body back to the hotel he was staying at. He's got to cover his tracks, which will be a piece of cake for old Jerry. He's had years of practice making people disappear.
Come on, Phil. Let's take a ride.
The ride they take is to a junkyard where Terry O'Quinn's stunt driver double spins Phil's car all over the place. Haha, Jerry's having a great time.
Ooh,
But
okay.
then he crashes it and just leaves it in the junkyard? That's your plan, Jer Bear? I thought you'd have something more untraceable. This is worse than the Norman Bates / Pearl Douglas method.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you risk dog piss bringing him back to life. I guess there's only one thing
Dog
Jerry
piss.
knows how to do well. And that is whistling
Good whistle.
in the dark.
Good
Gene gets
whistle.
back to his house and tells Todd that his dad left town again. The kid blames himself, but Gene Machine tells him not to worry. He can make him a sandwich and teach him a song.
Lettuce.
Todd is played by a 13-year-old
There you
Jonathan
go.
Brandis, the year before he was Bill in the It miniseries. Oh, wait,
Oh,
that's
cool.
the same kid? Wow, great acting. Brandis sadly died at the age of 27 in 2003.
Oh,
I
rest
guess
in
Jerry
peace.
knows how to hide a body better than I do, because the junkyard cover-up works when Phil's corpse gets the John the Bat treatment. His disappearance makes Carol believe he ran out on her again. Excellent. Now she's vulnerable to the call of the Gene Peen. He's got her dressing up like a little sailor for him and everything.
Oops,
That's
well,
cute.
okay.
The two of them announced their
There goes the
relationship
glasses.
publicly at a barbecue. barbecue.
She's agreed to become my wife.
Oh, word? Marriage already?
Well, damn, that's a skip.
What the fuck is the matter with you, Carol? That's straight reckless. Maddie thinks it's sus as fuck too, and straight up tells Carol to her face. She says they can't trust Gene, especially since he says all his relatives are dead. He's like Don Draper.
He has no people. You can't trust a person like that.
But Carol
Madman.
says that's a shitty
Never
reason to
lost.
judge somebody and tells her friend to fuck off. That night, Carol tries to fuck on Gene in a scene that's as sappy as the rest of the movie.
That's some Hallmark
God, this
music.
music's so bad. But Gene's old-fashioned and wants to wait until marriage.
If more people stuck with tradition, there'd probably be a lot happier people and a lot fewer divorces.
Meanwhile, Maddie snoops through the dude's mail
Maybe.
and finds a high school reunion invitation for the real Gene Clifford. It wasn't just a made-up name. For whatever reason, Jerry picked it from a recent obituary, which we saw earlier. Maddie makes fake Gene
boy.
meet her in a public park so she can reveal what she's learned about him.
Funny thing is, I see your name here, but I don't see you.
And he can't talk his way out of looking that different. She threatens to tell Carol, but he promises...
Oh, well, damn. Yeah, that's definitely a downside when you accidentally pick the name of a black guy.
He'll do it himself.
Whoops.
But instead of telling her the truth, he just gives her what she wanted and dicks her down. Tradition be damned. The D knocks her out, freeing a first-person Jerry to sneak into Maddie's house while she's asleep and try to steal her Pringles. But her Pringle senses tingle, so she gets up and grabs a letter opener, ready to defend herself and her bunny slippers. It's
bunny slippers.
It's a pretty fucking boring scene, dude.
Oh, damn,
Complete with
cat.
a cliche cat jump scare. And wait a minute, that cat's not even hers?
You were uninvited.
Oh, Maddie, don't start talking about uninvited cats. You'll make me want to cover Uninvited, the 80s sci-fi horror flick where an uninvited cat becomes a mutant who kills people aboard a yacht. Don't make me do it, unless you really want me to. I mean, heck,
Well, it's already done. Do it up.
at least that movie has a 4K release.
Oh my god, that actually looks hideous.
Stuck with a crappy standard def DVD for Stepfather II. While Maddie's distracted, Gene shows up in slow motion and strangles her to death with fabric around her neck. And that's a wrap on Ms. Williams. Okay, everybody, give her a hand. Thanks for coming.
Great having
In
you.
fact, thanks for coming back for a reshoot. Initially, Maddie's death involved her being snuffed out in a fireplace. What we got instead was the result of a bunch of reshoots that upset the cast and crew. Stepfather 2 was originally shot to be released direct-to-video, but then Miramax bought it for theatrical distribution, and after a test screening, the shitty Weinstein brothers demanded
thanks.
changes. They wanted more blood to make it more of a horror movie, and were, unsurprisingly, total dicks about it.
They start like pushing me. I should have slugged them.
Director Jeff Burr and Terry O'Quinn refused
Did
to
you say
partake
slug
in
them
the
or sue
changes,
them?
wanting to keep the movie more of a thriller than a slasher. So, the Weinsteins hired another director and did reshoots without them. Thus, why you don't see O'Quinn's face at all in Maddie's final death scene. Caroline Williams is actually being strangled by the prop man in these shots. Other shots added by the Weinsteins include that guy's hands getting crushed by the trunk, and some of the bloody shots during the first two kills in the psych ward. They also added the cat jump scare, which director Burr really hated.
A fake scare with a cat, which I would never do in any movie ever. I hated it in Alien.
Jerry frames Maddie's death as a suicide and cleans up his traces, pausing only to steal a bottle of her wine. On his way out,
Don't steal the bottle of wine.
almost gets caught by Maddie's neighbor, but is able to sneak away and deliver the wine to Carol. Ha, nothing like a middle-of-the-night bedside wine delivery.
Damn
She's
it,
really
man.
into it, too. Look at how she's caressing that bottle. She's about to uncork Gene. Maddie's body is found the next morning, and her house goes up for sale. Carol's upset because her friend is dead, and she's got to try to sell another house in this market. Gene tells her it's not a big deal, and blames Maddie's death on her inability to find a man. She should have been more like that chick from 905.
Find me on my own.
Fabulous.
Maddie's neighbor Sam stops by, the guy who almost caught Jerry, but turns out he's blind, so Jerry's totally in the clear.
I heard someone walking from her backyard across mine. Someone whistling.
Oh, fuck, never mind, Jerry's fucked! Sam even knows his entrance music. Dude, what if Camptown...
Hey, thankfully, at least we can say, hey, no idea who it was. All we know is that this guy's blind, and whoever did it liked the whistle.
Races gets this video copyright claimed. Gene tells Carol to ignore this revelation that her best friend may have been murdered.
Possibly not.
Carol, people die. Life goes on. We have a lot to do. You have a wedding to plan.
Carol, a human being, says that's fucked up and that she needs to postpone the wedding. That goes about as well as you'd expect for Scary Jerry, who starts to blow up, but impressively pivots at the last minute.
I love you.
I love you too, Gene.
And And it works. Carol's
Do be
back in
honest,
for the
though.
wedding. I guess Maddie
Never mind.
can rest in piss. They have a wedding with all of her not dead friends, and Carol gets a bottle of wine from Maddie's parents. While getting ready for her nuptials, she realizes it's the same kind Jean brought her the night Maddie died.
I told you don't take the damn wine!
Even
No,
more
of course you
damning,
don't
she
listen.
hears Todd whistling Camptown Races. I love the moment when Jerry hears him whistling it too. His enjoyment of the tune quickly turns to the realization that might screw him over. And sure enough,
Where did you learn?
Todd says he learned it from him. He learned it from watching
Oh,
Gene.
learned it from
Jerry
Gene.
tries to act like it's no big deal, but Carol ain't having
Just
it.
a whistle.
You taught my son the same fucking song that Sam heard the night that Maddie died. That's the difference. Now answer the question. Where did you get the wine?
Jerry realizes he's cooked and starts
Yeah.
whining about everything
See?
he's done for her.
I even had sex with you, for God's sake!
Yeah, the poor guy. He
Oh,
refuses
wow.
to let another woman leave his life. At least, not on her terms. He grabs her and gets violent.
I told you don't take the damn wine. What did you do? You took the damn wine.
Kicking off a fight scene where O'Quinn and Foster mostly did their own stunts. Todd enters the
Oh,
room
shit.
and almost gets an underage face full of booze, but
Oh,
dumps the bottle
shit.
and runs the fuck away. Go, 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 go! Ah, shit, little man. You should have kept running instead of trying to hide. Now
Damn
you're
it.
trapped in the closet. Carol tries looking for her son, but it's difficult when Jerry keeps tackling her to the ground. A fork in the
damn it.
hand buys her a little bit of time until he tosses her over the table and takes it out. Not a problem.
Where it is,
Thankfully,
people.
Todd's a crafty boy and is able to free himself from the closet. Happy Pride Month!
Ooh,
So right
hammer.
as Jerry moves to cut Carol open with a cake knife, Todd saves his mom with a hammer
Hammer.
bash. He follows it
Hammer.
up with a claw to the chest that puts Jerry Jean on the ground. Good job, Todd Meister.
Now rip that hammer out and go back for the
You
skull.
truly are the man of the house now. Oh yeah, there's a wedding that was supposed to happen. You know, I think people are gonna remember this one. Hey, she ain't marrying that kid, is she? The movie ends with Gene apparently dying, but we know there's a third one, so he ain't going on the count.
Damn
Consider
it.
this death annulled. How many people did dear old dad make dear old dead? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Yeah, let's find out. Alright.
Only 5 people died in Stepfather II, which I've got to say,
Literally
pretty
only
piss
5.
poor. The
Wow.
victims were 4 men and 1 woman, giving us something blue for the pie chart. It's
Huh.
not something new though. We've seen this count and breakdown in 6 other movies before. Also, disappointingly, the sequel had 1 fewer kill than the original. What the fuck you doing? With a runtime of 88 minutes, Stepfather 2 had a kill on average every 17.6 minutes. I'll give the Golden
Yeah,
Chainsaw
very
the
much.
coolest kill to, no one, actually. This movie tries to be more of a slasher than the first one, but fails at it. These deaths are
Oh,
lame.
wow.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on you.
As far as I can tell, I think this is possibly the first movie he's ever reviewed that didn't win a Golden Chainsaw.
You're so almost
Wow.
ready for lamest kill. We'll go to that driver guy, since we only saw his hands get slammed in the trunk. And that's it. Stepfather 2 came out in 1989, and everyone recognized it for the turd that it was.
Oh,
It
yeah.
made no money, and everyone hated it. I love a happy ending.
Very
Dude, if you
poor.
want, I can do the 3rd movie
Very
next year,
subpar.
where Jerry survives but gets plastic surgery so he can be played by a different guy. But until next time, I'm James H. Denise. It's been the Kill Count.
Alright, before we end off today's video, let us see what will be on the docket for next week.
Kill count.
Are you sitting at home with nothing to do?
Did you
Kinda.
just shift in your seat at me, you little moody ass?
Vacation off to a bumpy start?
Okay, is it just me or is this giving Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Break that board
A lot of
open
black
with a
people.
brand new board game.
Really?
Nothing
I can't
against
do
that, I'm
you
just
think you
curious.
No, not that one. This one.
The blackening?
It's a blast for the whole family.
Wait a minute.
This game got bad vibes. No.
I'm getting the feeling.
Join the fun as you race your friends in this game about race.
You are a black character in a horror movie. Prove that you can stay alive.
Don't wake the slasher or you might end up needing an operation.
I got shot once.
Twice.
In the same spot. One hole.
If you lose,
One spot,
you
same
die.
hole.
Oh my God, this game is impossible to win.
But if you win, you might just make it back home.
I would like to celebrate freedom.
Freedom.
Now I remember this.
I gotta get about it.
Because you're literally a drone.
So this week, bring home a game of the blackening.
I do need fun.
Then on Juneteenth, watch the kill count. Ages 12 and up, only on Dead Meat.
You know what? This is actually going to be kind of a good one.
Gotta save everyone on the goddamn time!
The Blackening can currently be watched on the different streaming platforms. Dead Meat always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Ah, but
Thanks a lot for
fun.
watching this.
Alright everyone, that's going to be the end of today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see all of you folks next time when we flick back on. Till then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.